All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Chattanooga Beer Board meeting. All meeting attendees must sign in on the designated sign-in sheet right as you come in, so if you haven't done that, do that for us, please. Turn off all your electronic devices or mute them so as not to disrupt the meeting. And the individuals wishing to address the board must do so from the podium over here where Officer Wood is. And we ask you to please speak up when you're at the podium because it's a little bit hard to hear up here sometimes. So, first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes for July 18th, 2024. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
All right, there's a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the minutes of July 18th, 2024, signify by saying aye. Ayes? Opposed? None. All right. All right, Lori, at this time, will you swear in anybody that's going to come before us? Okay. If you're going to come speak to us, okay. All right.
Anyone that's going to be coming to the podium to speak needs to be sworn in at this time. You need to be solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. All righty. We have no applications that have been approved by regulatory. So we'll go now to the temporary beer permits, and our first one is Arts Build Intermission. James H. McKissick, 400 River Street, September 25th, 2024, from 5 to 10 p.m.
So they have a fire inspection sheet that needs to be corrected. They sent the wrong form up there, and I erroneously didn't catch it, but my good buddy Zach there got
Okay,
it. So they're aware of that. They're going to correct it, and as soon as they get that in, then we should be able to move it along through the timeline and hopefully get them approved.
All right, so should we just pass this to our next meeting?
Yes, sir. I think that
All
was.
right, is there a motion to pass this to the next meeting?
Make a motion to pass Arts Build Intermission to the next meeting, which is
I don't have my calendar.
according to Brooke, the 14th.
Yes.
Put that in the motion.
Yeah, all
I
right.
know, right?
To our next regularly scheduled meeting. All
Our
right.
next regular scheduled meeting. Yeah,
Very good.
Let's do that.
All right.
Need a second.
Is there a second on that motion to pass it?
Second.
All right, I'll call the roll. Christie? Brooke?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. All right. Okay, we have one application left over from the last meeting. We have Kay's Tavern, Angela Mills member. Is there anyone here for them? No?
This was an application that was addressed at the last meeting on July 18, 2024.
Okay.
There were issues with zoning. We
Yeah.
had a hearing and discussed that, and it was tabled.
Right.
But in order for the time to be triggered, a decision needs to be made on that. So I guess we would incorporate everything that was stated on July 18, 2024. And Zach, maybe you can refresh our recollection as to as to what happened. Sorry to put you on the spot.
And so when you said decision needs to be made, like we're going to reject it or whatever, it has to be closed out?
Yeah, he'll present the issues that were presented last time, and you all can vote on that.
Good morning.
Morning, Zach.
The issues with Kay's Tavern was that there were multiple prohibited or protected properties within the buffer. They're on the corner of a strip mall type building. Next door is a mosque type worship center that is active. And then about 2 to 3 suites down is a Hispanic church that is active. And then at the far end was a daycare, which is just out of the buffer after running a wheel, like by a foot. And then there was a church actually just up behind that parcel. That's also just out of the buffer now with the new regulations. But you still have the Hispanic church and the Muslim worship center, the Al Fahim Center, that connects to their suite.
Right.
And so they kicked them out of the distance, so we rejected that based off of that.
Okay. So that being said, is there a motion on this item? And it's either to approve it or reject it, but based on what Zach and the zoning has come up is it does not meet the requirements. So is there a motion?
I've got a question though, man.
Yes, sir, Ron?
At the last meeting, we talked about tabling it because she explained to us that there's gonna be a lot of people moving out, or there's a lot of turmoil in the area, and that there's some of these people might be going away, and she's gonna want to have it still out there, not to deny it or take it off the agenda or anything.
She has a restaurant there too, right?
So there's some kind of activity there, she still can go back and not have to. Is that what we discussed before?
So based on my recollection, we discussed that it did not meet the minimum requirements, and so it was gonna be tabled, but a decision needs to be made on this application because it's been passed. I think this is sixth time.
Is there an application lifetime? Hey, for the record, is there an application lifetime? For the record, is there an application lifetime in the code?
That's a good question.
I don't know the answer to that. I can look into it though. You're saying, is there an application lifetime?
Is there-
Correct, so I'll give you an example. For short-term vacation rentals, there is a
Yeah.
60-day application lifetime.
Right.
Afterwards, the application expires and a decision has to be made, as long as it's not waiting on us, the governmental agency.
Right.
If the application, all the required documentation and information hasn't been submitted within the last request of that 60 days, then our department has the right to close the application, actually the responsibility based off the code. So I didn't know if there was any language like that was written into the code, or if it could be tabled to indefinitely. So just a question, just for my personal information.
Yeah, so, section 543, and this seems like it has to do with the application, but it states the application must be completed within 6 months of receipt of the sworn and notarized statement is submitted to the regulatory unit. An application is considered complete when all required and requested documents has been submitted.
So 6 months to meet the requirements. Is that what you're
Essentially-
saying?
Essentially,
Okay.
How long has this application been out there?
Step out, I'll tell you.
Sixth time on the agenda.
about 3 months.
So 1240.
246, yeah.
Looked like this was submitted back on, she signed it March 13th of 2024.
Okay.
So,
We got one more month.
we're coming up on 5, right?
Yeah, this is fine.
Can we not pass it to September again?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the board wants to do, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do that, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the courteous thing to do,
Well,
since it is 6 month term.
can I play devil's advocate?
Yes.
Well, you
If we know those tenants, and we don't know, those tenants not gonna be gone by next month.
Right.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
that's the issue right now. It's just, well, she just ride it all the way out, yeah. And then we done our due diligence, we can say that.
Right.
All right, that sounds fair.
All right. So is there a motion?
I make a motion based on zoning that, we pass Case Tavern off till next month's meeting, to be able to make a final decision on it.
All right,
Next month or next meeting?
next month.
next month.
Next month, because we got one more meeting here.
Right.
And that will still be 5.
Right.
So September's our first September meeting,
Yeah,
Okay,
to come on the agenda for the first September meeting.
all right.
makes sense.
Is that good?
Yep. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, Lori, did you get that?
Who seconded?
Christie and Ron.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Okay, any other discussion on the motion? If not, I'll call the roll. Christie?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
JW?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. All righty.
Which one?
No.
Before we move, Chair, is someone in contact with her as we move along, or how is she notified, or what's the communication, or is,
She's pretty active, either calling in or emailing. I know she's spoken with Miss Bertha a few different times. We've emailed a few times back and forth, so.
And Catherine's spoken to her as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Okay, that completes our beer application passed from last meeting. New beer application, Five Wits Brewing Company, and they are applying for a caterer's permit at 1501 Long Street.
So I just got advised that they're good on zoning, which the only thing left would be legal approval.
Yeah.
So we might kind of make a motion on them today.
Yeah, 1 second.
Miss Brown did reach out to me yesterday asking if she needed to be here or not. That was prior to me knowing that the zoning was going to be approved today, and I told her that, you know, we could still keep it moving, that she didn't necessarily have to appear here
Right.
today.
It's been approved by legal.
Then it should meet all requirements.
All right, very good. All right, so that meets all the requirements, so there's no action. Do we need to vote on this? The new?
If we're here.
If we're
let's just
here,
vote.
might as well. All right, so is there a motion to approve the caterer's permit for Five Wits Brewing Company, 1501 Long Street?
Make a motion to approve, Wings Brewing Company's catering permit.
All right. That's a motion by Ron. Is there a second?
A second.
And second, thank you very much. All right, I'll call the roll. JW?
I have a question.
Yes, sir. All right, question.
So, do they already have a beer license? They do?
Yes,
Is that what I'm hearing?
yes.
Okay.
And they're just getting their catering permit.
Okay, that's
Yep.
what I need to know.
Yep.
All right, so,
All right, JW?
yes.
Betsy?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Brooke?
Yes.
Christie? And the chair will abstain. Thank you very much. That's 5 votes. That'll work. All right. For y'all who don't know, that's my niece. That's Tinley is my niece.
So is this a,
Question on that.
What?
Is she still with, mowing?
Oh, yeah.
Is she still doing that?
Yeah, this is all part of their group. The
Oh, is it?
Five Wits Brewing Company is all part of their big operation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just saw that title there.
so this is a brick and mortar? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's on Long Street. And this is their, make sure I'm not, I think this is a event facility.
this 1501 Long Street?
Yeah, is that the brewery itself? Do you know?
On the backside, Darrell has ballroom.
That's it, Barrel House Ballroom. Thank you very much. I knew there was another name.
We have a South Side resident expert here amongst us.
Yes,
so-
right, I'm sorry. Thank you, Betsy. All right. There are no beer violations, and that's a good thing. Now, discussion. Do any board members have any items of discussion? All right. None of those. Any public comment? Anyone wishing to make a public comment today? And there is none observed there. So I will say, this might be the quickest beer board meeting we've ever had since I've been on the beer board, which I'm not complaining whatsoever. So with nothing else to come before us, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, all in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank y'all very much.